Yo, what's going on, everybody? You've seen it on screen, you've read the title, and you've seen the thumbnail. Today, we're going to be talking about some Warzone news. Now, we do have a lot of different news here. So, I am going to put a timestamp up on screen just about now where you guys can see all the different news. So if you just want to jump to one part, or you've already heard about some portion of this, because I am kind of late to some of this news, you can just skip to whatever thing you want right now. And with that being said, go follow the Team Vice. You've already seen them on screen. And yeah, we're going to hop into our first piece of news here, which is going to be Warzone Duos. So, Warzone Duos is what we're going to be talking about here. So, I'm going to read the article off for you guys right now. This is a Charles Intel article, Charlie Horse Intel, whatever you want to call them. So, in a recent interview with GamerGen, College Tracker, and Infinity Ward's narrative, blah, 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 one of the things that's happened with Warzone and the devs have been rotating playlists in and out versus keeping a standard set of playlists constantly like multiplayer does. Hodge says this resolves around the fact that the game has to match make 150 players per match, which becomes more challenging, more playlist options there are, especially in smaller regions of the world. We're trying to run this like it's its own product. If you look on Modern Warfare, they're constantly rotating modes in and out, so we're just trying to find our floating on that, blah, 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 blah. Footing, not floating. But, yeah, so essentially, we're not going to be trying to read any more of that article here, because a bunch of else of it is jibber jabber. I can essentially just decode, I guess if you want to call it that, what the rest of the article is going to say. But essentially, they're trying to say, oh, well, we have to match make 150 players, so we're trying to swap game modes in and out. And you know what I think about that? That's an absolute lie. I will tell you that right now. This is an absolute lie. They said that we have 50 million or 60 million or 70, whatever, something millions of players on Warzone. And yet, you're going to tell me that, oh, well, we have to matchmake 150 players. Yeah, because of skill-based matchmaking is the real reason you're doing this. Just be honest with us, man. How hard is it? Why can't you just be honest? It's because of skill-based matchmaking. Like, there's millions of players. There's no way you wouldn't be able to fill it if you didn't have skill-based matchmaking. Let's just be real. We all know that's the real reason here. It's skill-based matchmaking. It's not because, oh, we have to matchmake 150 players. No, it's because we have to matchmake 150 players that we deem equal skill level. That's the reason. That's the real reason here. So, for all of you who want duos and trios and stuff to say permanent, it's not... they're saying, oh, well, because essentially what they're saying is our skill-based matchmaking is so terrible, we know we won't be able to fill 150 players with that many modes. That is essentially what they're saying, and you may think I'm exaggerating, but let's just be real. That's just the truth. Moving on with our next piece of news here, we have Warzone devs tease content to come in Season 4, clarifies Fortnite-like events. Now, you already know my opinion's going to be really bad on this part, but apparently we're going to be getting Fortnite-like events. This game is truly just trying to be everything at once. It is trying to be Fortnite, it's trying to be Apex, it's trying to be Rainbow Six, Battlefield, Call of Duty. It's trying to be everything at once, and that's such a problem with this game. Is it faces such an identity crisis. It doesn't want to know if it wants to be a fast-paced Twitch shooter or a slow, methodical game. You know, it doesn't know. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It's like, oh, we want a realistic simulator game, but we also want to be Call of Duty, but we also want to be tactical like Rainbow Six Siege. But we also want to be super duper tactical like CSGO, where you gotta peek corners super tactically because someone's in that corner, they're gonna kill you. It's ridiculous, man. It's so just stupid, man. They're trying to be everything, and now they're like, hey guys, let's imitate Fortnite and add events to Warzone. Warzone's not cartoony like Fortnite. We don't need a Travis Scott event in Warzone like we did in Fortnite a couple weeks ago. We don't need that. It's not Call of Duty. We're not a cartoon game. This is an M-rated shooter, which is for 18 and older, or sorry, 17 and older. And yet we're adding all these stupid events into the game. This makes no sense, man. Let's just add events every single day. It doesn't need to be this way. But yet somehow it is, man. Somehow that's what we're doing now. We're just adding events constantly to the game. Now, apparently we're just going to be putting events. Whatever, man. That doesn't make any sense. Just move on to the next topic. And our next and kind of, second last topic here is going to be that Warzone will be updated to support the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Well, actually, this is going to be the last one here because this kind of ties into the devs saying that it will be constant through different Call of Duty games. So basically, this means, and this is probably the best piece of news we're going to be getting here, this means that we are going to no longer be getting battle royales for Call of Duty, and some of you may be sad about that, but in my eyes, this is probably one of the best things pieces of news we're getting, even though I guess all are kind of good. They're just sort of news here. Feeling like Keemstar right now. Let's get right into the news. But anyways, this means we're probably not going to be getting another Call of Duty Battle Royale, which is great, because I would love to see a development team focus on just their multiplayer and their co-op experience, design their campaign, fix a couple bugs in their campaign with launch, and just focus on their multiplayer and their co-op. You focus on just 2 modes, and you have the whole team just divided up 50-50 on those 2 modes, maybe even like 70-30, because co-op does not occupy as many players as multiplayer. It doesn't matter. That's just how it's been in every Call of Duty game. So we'll have like 70%, and my dog's coming downstairs. Don't know if you can hear that. But anyways, we'll have like 70% of the team working on multiplayer and the other 30% working on co-op. And we don't have to focus on Battle Royale is what I'm taking away from this. So probably this is probably the best piece of news we're getting for potentially next year's Call of Duty. It means that although Treyarch got slapped into this, they're working from home. Activision's being just a pain and not working with Treyarch and Sledgehammer at all. Because the whole New Year Call of Duty is a complete and utter disaster. It means that at least they're not going to be putting a Battle Royale in that game, from the sounds of it, which means that, thank God. I mean, maybe you can launch co-op like a month later, Treyarch, and just launch multiplayer at first, but Activision's not going to let you do that. So, with that being said, there's not much else news for you guys here today. If you guys did happen to enjoy this opinionated / news type content here, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and yeah, that's been it, guys, and I will see you guys all later. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out, everybody.